Welcome to Together We Rise.
Starring mother-daughter dynamic duo Alicia Schwartz
and Rochelle Schwartz.
In collaboration with MAPS Global Events. Signing off.
Mwah.
Hi everyone.
Welcome.
We are here.
Oh, aren't we excited?
Yes.
Oh, we are so excited for this evening.
We have such an amazing woman coming on that we just love.
Yes. So I am Coach Rochelle.
And I am Coach Alicia Schwartz.
And we are mother-daughter dynamic duo.
And we are a duo for sure.
Oh, God, for sure.
So we love doing this podcast because we have very special people that come on that are from all walks of life. They share their stories, they share their trials,
their tribulations,
and why and how they got where they are today. So we, on our mission, is to really support all those out there that are maybe struggling or feel like there's no hope, right?
And I really believe the podcast gives everybody some inspiration and also some tools that they can use to help themselves. Because that's what it's all about. It really, really is.
And in the end, all there is love.
Yeah.
Right?
And gratitude.
Gratitude is the attitude.
That sure is. So.
Oh, look, we have Tracy on. Hi, Tracy.
Tracy's on.
Tracy's on. Okay, so before we introduce our lovely Marialina, and what we're going to do is we're going to do the video.
Mm-hmm.
So Nim. Oh, before we do the video, we had Jessie Campo, who is amazing.
Dear friend, and
there she is.
She is so phenomenal, and she's a great singer, and she's been on the red carpet, and we love her.
And so she, on our last podcast, decided to write and compose the song that's going to play right now. So take it away, Nim. It's amazing.
Looking through the pages of our lives as we start out on this journey. Everywhere we look, a different sign telling us where we will go. Feel the sunlight shining in your eyes and the wind that's blowing through me.
It just melts my soul. I get tears in my eyes. She's just incredible.
And she's in Miami, and she sings all over the world.
Check her out.
And it's Jessie, Jessi underscore Campo, Campo. Check her out. She's
all
phenomenal.
over. And just follow her. She's amazing. And if you're around, go see her.
Yes. And anyhow, so before we start, I wanted to read this. I've read it before, but I don't know, something about it, because I'm so about love and gratitude. And so before I light my candles, this is what I say. So I wanted to share it with you. May love enter my life and fill my heart and soul. May the magic of love always inspire me to radiate warmth and caring to all those who touch my life. And I do this all the time when I'm lighting my candles. So I just wanted to share that, and I wanted to set it up for this evening because we have a very special guest. And boy,
woo! I'm telling you what. If you're in Miami, and we'll go there, but we're not going to go there now, but you got to see this amazing woman who we're going to talk about, and she's going to share her story a little bit and share what she does. We experienced it, and we can't wait to do the next one.
Yes, we're ready setting it up.
So welcome, Marialina.
Come on.
There she is.
I'm so happy. I'm so grateful to be here with you. Thank you so much for this beautiful opportunity.
Our pleasure.
It's our pleasure, really.
You know, it's interesting how we met. I've been following you for a little while on Instagram, and I said to my mom, I'm telling you right now, I've got to get a session with this woman. Everything she's doing, it resonates, and I got to do it. I just knew. And then tell them what happened with you when we reached out and what you felt. That would be really cool.
I was like, wow, these two ladies, they're like so bonded together. And they're like, we live in Fort Lauderdale. And I'm like, oh my God, driving to Fort Lauderdale from Miami. If you're not from here, it takes like 2 hours. But I don't drive far. And I'm like, I need to see them. And when I saw you walking, like I was walking to your house, I was like, wow. I felt the energy from far. Like we probably met before in another life, because it's not normal.
It's not, but I felt like you were like family in a way. Like I just felt like I knew you before.
I felt like so easy, so at home.
Yeah. And I really believe that's why our session was, oh my God,
incredible.
Was so powerful.
And amazing. I have a dog, Chloe. And why this was going on, Chloe was amazing. Was she not? Unbelievable.
She was like this. She did not bark. She was like receiving. She was receiving too.
Yeah. And so that's what's amazing too, is that, you know, okay, so besides that,
yes,
that was
let's get
great.
to Marialina.
Let's talk about how you started and how you got into this work.
Yeah, give us a little bit about
and then
you.
Share about CAP.
Yeah, well, do you want me to talk about CAP first?
Sure, whatever feels good for you.
Well, CAP, it stands for Kundalini Activation Process. It's the activation of your Kundalini. So I transmit energy. It was taught, I got this transmission of energy by Bennett Wong. He is Chinese, but he grew up in Australia. So I took this course where I am able to transmit the Kundalini energy, but not only the Kundalini energy, also the non-dual state of awareness. So what's special about CAP is like, I'm also a Kundalini yoga teacher, but in Kundalini yoga, or in meditation, or in breath work, you self-provoke the Kundalini to rise up from your first chakra to your higher chakras. In CAP, it's totally the opposite. In CAP, you just lay down on the mat, I play some music, and I just touch your meridians, your nadis, and the energy is transmitted through your crown chakra to enter in your physical body and to touch your Kundalini. So the Kundalini is in your first chakra. The Kundalini is an energy from Mother Earth, from Gaia, that we get through our feet, through our legs, and goes into your perineum. And until we're about 2 years old, this energy is free flowing at birth. You know, every child is happy and love, joyful, blissful. But you know, when we start getting all the fears, all the trauma, this energy start getting dormant. So this is what we use all these modalities to bring this Kundalini to all the way to the higher centers. So why we want to bring this energy to the higher centers? Because we want to feel release. We want to open our third eye. By opening our third eye, we get more mental clarity. As the Kundalini rises up, she goes through all your chakras, and then you start releasing stagnated energy. So that's why people, when they come to CAP, they feel like, oh my God, I just went to the gym. It was like an energetic release. So release energy from all this trap energies. And also, each chakra is connected to each gland and organ. So all these glands are organ start releasing the trauma, the pain, the guilt, the shame that we have accumulated. And then it goes into your aura. The physical pain goes into your aura, and then you get released. And then what happens? It opens your pathways. Your pathways are opening, and then you're able to receive more light from the creation. And that's when the non-dual awareness energy comes in. So after you release the trauma, after you release all these things you have to release, crying, you feel like crying, laughing, coughing, screaming, anything can happen, but after all that, then you're able to receive this beautiful energy of non-dual awareness, which is joy, blissfulness. And then that's why you embody all these emotions. And as you become a vessel, because your body becomes a vessel for the force, for the spirits to come inside of you, then your bodies of light are stronger. Your aura gets stronger. Your electromagnetic field gets even wider. And then that's how people feel, wow, I feel more present. I feel, it's so many things people feel, but it's like the Kundalini, this energy transmission is two energy transmissions, the Kundalini and the non-dual awareness. So you feel like you're totally here, but then you're totally there. You're here, you're there, like a roller coaster, but then at the end, you really feel you're here. So it just gets you to the higher realms, to you, maybe you see your guides, you see your angels, you have, because these three higher chakras start opening up, then people have visions. They can see the colors of the aura, the colors of the chakras. They can see ancestors. They can see people that have passed. So many things can happen. It's very difficult to explain what CAP is. You really have to experience what CAP is. It's like taking a plant medicine. You can really explain. You really have to experiment. But it's really a releasing and then embodying new vital force, because Kundalini is your vital force. So it's embodying new fresh prana into you. Kundalini feels, the thing with Kundalini is you feel it, because I can talk about chakras and nadis, but okay, Kundalini, you actually feel it. You feel the tinkling, the hot, the warming. It's in your first chakra. So with this beautiful energy, we create babies. So if we bring this beautiful energy into the higher centers, you can manifest. So it's also about transforming negativity from the three lower chakras into the and more positive energy in the higher chakras. That's basically what CAP is. You just lay down and receive raw Kundalini energy and non-dual awareness. It's just amazing. It's amazing.
Well, from our experience, it certainly is amazing. Does everybody have the same kind of, did they all go into, or there are people that have a hard time with it, where they're not as open?
Well, I will say about 10% of the people don't feel anything. About 10%, the 10%, 5 to 10% they come to the sessions, they don't feel anything, but it's because it's part of the process. It's part of your soul, how you, how everything is, and maybe you're not sensitive enough. It all depends. So I always say, look, this is a modality. It has to resonate with you. Like maybe you don't like a type of yoga, or you don't like a type of breath work. But I always say, try CAP at least 3 times, because you really have to surrender. You really have to put your logic aside and just open your mind for the magic. And surrendering is not easy. So you don't really have to be a yoga practitioner or a meditation practitioner to understand CAP. But if you're already reading and you're already meditating, you're more open to this. So some people don't feel it. Some people don't feel it, but when you feel it, I mean, in the beginning, it's very subtle. It's very subtle, the energy. But once you understand the energy, it's just really powerful. And that's why people move a lot. The heart chakra opens, so the energy goes to your fingertips. So people do mudras. People speak in light language. People do codes. It's so many things that people experience. So many things. But actually, I mean, our psyche, it's in 3 lower chakras. You know, the 3 lower chakras represent money, security, power, and sex. Doesn't mean that's bad. All that is good, but you don't want your psyche to be stuck in the 3 lower chakras. Yep. You want to feel lighter. And that's why the Kundalini, the inner force, she burns. She burns the illusion that you have in your mind, the preconditioned minds. She will burn little by little all your chakras, and you feel liberated. You feel like, wow, I'm free.
Yes, that's exactly correct. And you sleep like a baby.
Oh, yeah.
You sleep so good.
It helps with anxiety. It helps with the sleeping issues. Yes. But I got into this to answer your second questions, because I was going to have a surgery. I had something that it was called endometriosis. Sure. And I was going to have a second surgery. And I said, and I spoke to God. I said, look, I really need to heal myself, and I don't want to have another surgery. I already had one, and I don't feel like this really helped me because the cyst came back again. So I had a spontaneous Kundalini awakening before CAP, and I was feeling this energy, and I thought I was going crazy. I said, oh my God, what is this? It was burning through my vertebral column. It was hot, and I was like, okay, this is a sign. And then I became a Kundalini yoga teacher, and I was, the energy is kind of the same, but it's a different modality. You know, it doesn't have CAP, and Kundalini yoga is totally different, but I was feeling the energy. And then in my lunch break, I do Kundalini yoga. And then this guy came to me and he's like, why don't you try CAP? And I was, what the hell is CAP? So I went to the session and I fell in love. I was like, wow, I have done this in another life, because how all these signs are coming to me. The spontaneous Kundalini awakening, the CAP, which is very new in Miami. And then I said, okay. And then I received it. I loved it. And I went to do the training. And I'm here to, to help people understand, because it's not like I'm manipulating your energy. It's like a straw. Like I am like a straw. Like I blow energy into you so you can be conscious, mindful that we are so powerful, that this is your own power of consciousness in your first chakra. All you have to do is feel it and receive it and understand it, because we are such an amazing beings. And that's part of my part of.
How long have you been doing it?
I've been doing it for exactly 1 year.
Wow. And you know what? I got to tell you, I feel like you've been doing it for 20.
Yes, I thought you were going to tell me that.
I'm not kidding.
I did.
I mean, I'm not kidding. I feel like you've been, I feel like you've been doing this for like at least 15 to 20 years. Because your passion,
it
just exudes you. You know what I mean? It's like you're so passionate about it, which I feel is energy, right? And you bring that energy, so it allows other people to feel that and open. That's my experience of you.
Yes, exactly. It's a transmission of energy, but it's actually your own energy that you connect with and brings the divine force into you, and you're like, wow, what is this?
Like, woohoo! It's amazing.
It is.
It's so powerful.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
I do online sessions also. If you're not living in Miami, I also do online sessions, and it can be transmitted through Zoom.
Yeah.
And also, in person, of course, the first time you want to feel my hands, but after a while, it's fine to do it online. It's the same effect. Same.
So what's the biggest lesson that you've learned so far about yourself?
About you.
The biggest lesson I learned, which is very hard, it's live in the non-attachment. You know, I love my house, I love my family, but if anything happens, you have to be ready for that. And that's something I'm working on that, you know. You attach to sometimes to your job, to money, to material things, to people, and just, you know, detach from all of that. Because at the end, you know, this body and everything will leave. And our essence is where it's going to stay. So that's my biggest lesson that I'm still learning. Yeah.
The big one. It really is.
It sure is.
In this third dimensional world, it's all about that. It's all about attaching.
Exactly.
Right? And so when you go to those higher realms of energy and God presence, or however you want to say it, you let go of that. It's like there is no attachment.
Yeah. That's a spiritual path to let go. Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. So, go ahead.
Go ahead. No.
What were you going to say?
No, I think, you know, that's what I think as you get older, that's becomes very apparent, even more so. Yeah. And how you can let go. It's not, for me anyhow, it's not easy, but I notice as you do get older, there's something that happens. I don't know if it's you feel more safe with yourself, you're okay with letting go. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, of course. Yes.
But I think it takes time. I think it takes time to get to that. It is
it's
totally a total process.
Yes, totally true.
Yeah, it is. And the song that just came to me is "You're Gonna Miss Me When I'm Gone."
He's such a wacko. You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. Oh my God, she's too funny.
Oh, I love to break out in song. I just love to have fun.
She wants an 8x10 when she's out of here. Just give me an 8x10 picture and just celebrate me, right? So if God could speak to you, which I'm sure you get all the time, but if God could speak to you, what's the message he wants you to know today?
Oh, that's a big question.
It is a big question. I know.
Let's see. Well, I believe we all have a little part of God inside of us. You know, we have this little divine within us that we want to wake up. I will ask him why I was sent to Mother Earth. What is my purpose here? What is my purpose in this time life? I would like to know. You know, I guess it's a big question that we all have. Yeah. What is our purpose in life? And you know, why he sent me here?
Yeah, it's a great question.
It is,
because we're like these mortals, right? And we're here on this like walking earth, and it is weird if you think about it, right?
It's weird. Sometimes it's a challenge. Sometimes you're like, wow, you're in nature and this is so beautiful. I love to be alive. But then when you have all these emotions and things happen to you, why? That you cry. So it's difficult.
Yeah.
It's difficult. It's very challenging.
That it is. It is. But I'm sure, you know, the work you do, I'm sure it helps you.
Yes, it helps. It helps. It helps.
Yeah. So what's the one thing you want people to know about you?
Ooh, I'm extremely undecisive. Even with two things. If you put me two things in a menu, my husband is like, oh my God, why don't you read the menu before we get to the...
So a food menu. I love it.
Because I'm so undecisive and I like everything. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm very undecisive. And another thing about me, I like to do like 40 things in 24 hours.
I want
to do so many. I have the Kundalini so like, what? Because I really want to do so many things in one day and I don't have time. I can sleep 4 hours, 5 hours, and that's it. I'm ready to go.
I always think to myself, God, she's so great. I love it about you. You get right back. You're right on the muscle. And it's very rare you find people they get right back to you.
Your
You know what I'm
integrity
saying?
is
You've got
impeccable.
a really impeccable integrity. You really do.
I do sound healing and yoga class and CAP. And then I have my grandkids and my husband and cooking. And I'm like, yeah, my friends like, how can you do so many things in one time, in one day?
So I wanted, since you said grandchildren, how many
3.
children do you have and how many grandchildren?
I have 3 grandchildren.
3 grandchildren. And how many children? 1, 2?
Only one. Only one child, and she has 3.
Wow. How old are they?
She's brave.
She is brave. How old are your grandchildren?
They're 8, 5, and 2. They're adorable.
Do you do Kundalini with them? Do you do CAP with them?
No, you cannot do CAP in children.
Oh, okay.
That makes sense because they're already light.
Yes, you can only do CAP when you're after 20 years old, when your frontal lobe has fully developed.
Wow.
You cannot bring those higher frequencies into your child because it's going to be like,
Maybe like what
No, you have to be mindful and you have to have permission from somebody to receive. So a child, no.
Oh, okay.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
That's a good thing to know. And also for people that suffer from epilepsy.
Gotcha.
And if you take medications like for depression, no. I mean, I will suggest to stop taking the medication 2 days before CAP because it's a rewiring of the central nervous system. It's a lot of frequencies entering in your body. You will feel a change in your central nervous system. So it's a lot of frequencies coming in. So you don't want to have medications, before and after CAP.
Very cool.
Yes.
So what has been your biggest struggles in your life and how did you overcome it?
Okay, so I will say leaving my country, going to another country, learn another language, leave your family behind, leave everything behind, learning in a new culture. It was a very big challenge. It's still a challenge because it's like, okay, I feel very American. I've been here for so many years, and I'm so grateful. But you also have this thing, your little heart where you belong and how you left everything. But then at the end, you're like, wow, all these opportunities, all this light, all these things that's what I left. To learn, to grow, to learn another language. So I'm thankful, but it was a struggle.
How long ago did you leave your country?
About 28 years ago.
Wow. So that's are your parents still alive?
Well, my father passed away, but I brought my sister into the States and my mother. Wow. So they're here. I mean, my close family is here, but for many years they were not. I was here alone, and then I was a single mother, and it was hard. It was hard, but you pass through that.
So when you do these sessions in groups, because I do know you do it in groups.
Yes, you do.
Yes.
Is there a common theme from people that are going through this? Do you have any idea? After they come through, do they share? Do you notice a common thread?
Yes, because when we finish the session, I always ask people to at least, some people are very private, they don't like to share. Yes. So I always say, please share at least one word, how you feel. And there are many, many, many things I say, but I will say the most is that they feel present. And I think it's a big one because people are, like we were talking before, people are disconnected. And that's why people go into depression, into sadness, into fear, because they don't feel present. And sometimes they come because, I want to connect with my guides. I want to connect with the fifth dimension. But the energy, it's so smart that sometimes it's not what they receive. I have people that say, look, I have this lady that she told me, I called my family after 20 years in Colombia. Wow. So it makes you feel present. If you are present, if your intuition opens up, the intuition has to do with the present, doesn't have to do with the future. The intuition, if you make a good decision in the now, then you're happier. your future will be happier. So people come and tell me, Mari, I just get out of this and I just feel the air, the sun, the breeze. I feel like I want to hug people. Like I feel it's one of the main things people feel. They feel present. And by you feeling present, I think it opens your heart chakra, and then you feel compassion, you self-love, you have more love for you. And if you love yourself more, then you can love others and have compassion for others, compassion for people that they don't talk like you, they don't look like you, they're very different from you. So that makes you happier. I spoke to my neighbors like, okay, you don't look at your neighbors and now like, good morning. That makes you happy. You don't want to leave your house. I don't like that neighbor.
I know.
Small things like that will make you change in your life. Yes.
The little
That's
things.
One of the things, but it's decreased anxiety. Even because it's sensual energy, so people sometimes they even feel more sexual. They feel less stress. They connect with the higher realms. They see sacred geometry, things that they're so logical and like, what it is this? I'm seeing like the metrics, things going, because one thing is in the session, but when you leave the session, after the session, your pathways are open. So at night, you may feel many, many things, astral journeys, downloads, messages, connecting with the guides, feel more present. So many things. So many things can happen. Even I have one lady that my teacher show up to her. Like she, even when she wasn't meditating, she's like, Mari, this guy is here with me, and he hold my hand and he said, let's have astral journeys. And I'm like, wow. I wish that happened to me.
Me too. Me too.
We are in so many different levels. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. Just open your mind.
And that's what's so exciting about it. If you just open yourself up, God knows what's going to come. The magic.
It's true.
So, right? So if you were going to give someone the best advice in life, what would it be?
Okay, I will say to find a place in your house to connect with yourself. Like, for example, I have one of the rooms in my house, I have a little closet that I remove all the clothes, and it's my meditation room. It's my meditation room. But you know what? Sometimes in this fast life, especially if you live in the city, you forget that you have to connect with your breath. Yes. So I will have a little table, a little candle, a little sage, a little anything to remind you with a pillow to remind you, little meditation, even it's 5 minutes. So just close your eyes and breathe into your belly, long and deep. And just breathe out, releasing negativity. When you breathe out, you release negativity. And if you close your mouth, then you can, transmute the energy. But I will say to have a place in your house to remind you to connect with yourself at least for 5 minutes a day. Breathing long and deep, breathing into your belly.
I love it. And it doesn't take much, right? It doesn't take much. It takes
doesn't take much. And then the more you practice, like I do at my lunch break, I find my little tree. I call that's my spaceship. I go to this tree at least 3 times a week, and I just bring a little towel and I sit there and I put my headphones and I connect so easy because, you have to make a routine. And if you make a routine, I think you can do so many things.
Yes.
But also, I've just read recently that every tree has a different energy, and I didn't know that. So you receive the energy off a tree as well.
It's like we have a friend in California, the redwood trees.
Wow.
They're so
huge,
big.
and they have so much energy, and it's true. There are oak trees and, just different trees that bring forth a different energy.
Oh, yeah.
And then bring forth something in you that maybe wasn't there before.
Yeah, and you connect and listen. It's magical.
I always feel the roots of the trees are like hugging me. And I love trees because trees remind me that we have to ground.
Yes.
Everybody wants to go, up. But to go up, you need to ground and make big roots. So it grounds. You need to do things for grounding. Grounding is so important. You will grow.
Yes. And it's funny because when I was a kid, I used to love climbing trees.
Wow.
And sitting in the tree. It just gave me so much peace. And I felt like I could look over everybody and see what was going on. It was very healing for me. I used to
that's the guide in you.
Yes.
Looking at everybody like a star.
Yeah, it made me so happy. I feel like I want to go climb a tree. So what advice, because we're talking about energy, we're talking about lessons, what advice would you give to your youngest self?
My youngest?
Little Marialina.
The little Marialina. To continue, be happy. I think doesn't matter what can happen in your life. When I go to work, I always have a smile in my face. Always. Don't lose your inner child of happiness and joy and blissfulness, because no matter what, you have to find something good in the day. Something, we all have different days and emotions comes up, but something beautiful has to happen, every day. So don't lose I don't want to lose my smile in my life.
Yeah. You have a beautiful
you
smile.
Do. You really
you are like this little light fairy. That's how I feel like. You're like this little fairy that just floats around, sprinkling your light. That's how I look at you. That's how I feel about you.
So the other thing that we wanted to ask you, we know what you do as far as CAP is concerned, but what activities beside that you do that that bring you joy and into your heart
and light you up?
The ocean.
Interesting.
The ocean. I have to go into the ocean maybe 4 times a week. I can be far from. I don't live close to in Miami. I don't live close to South Beach, but I work in South Beach. And before work or after work, especially sunrise, is such a magical moment. I need, maybe because I do energy work, I feel like the ocean cleans me.
Yes.
I feel like I need to also release and it centers me back in. I do stand-up paddle surfing. It's my hobby. I don't know if you know. So I love surfing. I think be barefoot in the sand, be in the water, be close to the ocean. It's for me, it's a must. It's a must. And I think because I do the energy work, I think the sun. The energy from the sun and the energy from the ocean, it's just so amazing. It's just so powerful.
I love
it. I love to do that. And it's one thing that I don't do often, but every time I do it, it's like, why I don't do this often? It is journaling.
Journaling. I love it.
I love it.
Me too.
You know what? To make myself to journal more, I have like 4 books around my house. One, when you wake up and you're like, oh my God, I had this dream. But or after meditation, or in my car, I also have one. But journaling, it's such an amazing. And then you go back and read what you wrote.
Yes.
And you're like, oh my God, I have to be thankful because I saw this little light or this little thing. And I had this little message. Why didn't I follow through? So journaling for me, Kundalini yoga is another. I do Kundalini yoga every day. It's a little breath work. If you're not familiar with Kundalini yoga, it's a little breath work. So you have to release. And surfing.
That's so great.
Wow.
That's so great. So with all of what you're saying, we have another fun question. What did you enjoy the most about your childhood?
The most about my childhood. Well, it reminds me of my country. It reminds me, Miami is very humid, and I'm from Caracas, Venezuela. It's a lot of mountains. It's hot, but it's in a valley. So we have a beautiful mountain behind, around the city. It's called El Avila. And I remember that, and I get goosebumps. It's very beautiful. It's no humidity. You don't need AC. You can be 360 days of the year without AC.
Wow.
And it's a beautiful, I miss that. I miss that. And of course it reminds me of my family and the cooking and
what do you cook? What was it in your childhood that you loved to, like, that would bring you back to your childhood? What was the food?
Oh, they have something called arepas, which is corn flour, and you can put anything in the arepas with butter. And then you have the fresh juices, which is the fruits in South America. They're so rich, right? They're so flavorful. Those fruits, I love that. And I don't know. Yeah, just I guess the foods, right? The foods triggers me happiness.
Yeah, that's so awesome.
And dancing. Oh my God,
dancing.
Love dancing.
People need to dance more. I think people need to dance more. Dancing is such an amazing release.
It is. I feel like
really
dancing.
Maybe that's what I like CAP, because CAP is like an inner dance.
Yes.
It awakens your inner fire, and you're like,
Yeah, it's so funny. As you're doing that, Chloe feels the energy. She's like, getting up.
I transmit it.
Yeah. So if this is a very big question, and we'll wrap it up with this, if you were able to change the world as it is today,
good luck.
What changes would you make, and why?
Oh my goodness.
It's a big question.
Yeah, it is a big question.
It's a very wide and broad question.
Yes, it is. But it just from where you are today and what you've experienced.
Yes, to accept others this the way they are, with less judgment. The less you judge and the less you accept others without changing them. Because why you want to change people? Accepting others and increases your compassion, and it will make you understand each human being. And I think it will be a better world if we judge less.
Amen.
Wow, what a way to end.
Because it is true. It's like, God, how much lighter would the world be, right?
Yes.
People could accept people just as they are without any judgment, right? Such a beautiful,
much better. Better.
Peace. That's what we can try for.
Yeah.
Right?
We can
be,
definitely
what
try.
is this saying, Rumi? Be the change in which you want to see in the world. Be the change, right?
The change.
Yep.
So with that, we are so grateful.
Oh my God. Let me ask you, where can people
find you?
Yeah, that's what I was just going to ask you.
Yeah.
Okay.
How can people find you?
Yes, well, I have my CAP sessions in my Instagram. My Instagram, it's frecuencia. It's a Spanish word, but it's frequency, but in Spanish it's frecuencia, because when I did the IG, I meant to do Kundalini yoga in Spanish, but somehow it didn't turn that way. Somehow I became a CAP facilitator, but I left the same Frecuencia Alpha. Frecuencia Alpha is my IG, because I also do some healing and Kundalini yoga and CAP. So it's part of raising the frequency, be in the higher frequency. If you uplift, we all uplift. 100%. So Frecuencia Alpha, you can find me there, and my phone number, 786-262-8189. I'm an older lady, so I get better through messages and WhatsApp more than than social media.
I love it, and I love WhatsApp app. That's such a great way to communicate.
It's easy. It's easy to communicate.
And you
Yes.
can find anybody.
Yeah,
Yes.
Oh, look, thank you for putting it in there. Thank you.
Oh, thanks, Nim.
Thank you, Nim.
But I do my sessions in Brickell area. Yeah. So welcome.
Well, we thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, ladies.
Our next session.
We can't wait.
We're very excited. And again, everybody out there listening, just take on one step to go to the changing your frequency and opening up.
Let's raise the Kundalini.
Yes.
Kundalini and change
Absolutely.
it. We need to feel happier and less dense.
Yes.
Let's dance and dance.
I love it. So,
hi, ladies. You guys are so amazing.
We
love you, sweetheart.
And thank you, everyone, for listening.
Thank you.
We love you.
Thank you, Satnam. Thank you. Bye. Thank you so much.
Thank you.